Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
Hang with me here. Let me just get Mo back on.
Okay.
All right, Steve, you're on King Mo. Go ahead.
This is Steve Jewin from MMA Mania talking to Muhammad King Mo Lawal. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. Just chilling.
That's good. And you might be chilling for a long time, too, if this is your last fight at Bellator 233. Can we confirm that?
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure it's my last fight, man. I'm focused on coaching, and that's what I did really, coaching and enjoying, feeling good. This is my first time actually feeling like pain free. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to go out on the win, and let me go on the win, stay pain free the rest of my life, until I get older, and that's it. I don't plan on doing nothing else involving like combat sports.
I had a feeling you might be coming back to try to get a win because at first I thought you retired in June, and I thought, no, I don't know if King Mo wants to go out on 3 straight losses.
Oh, hell no. Sure don't, man. I don't, and I'm glad for Bellator giving me the opportunity to go out and try to get this win. I'm fighting at 195. I could possibly make 184 if I wanted to, or 185 if I wanted to, because there's a few times I hit 191. I feel fresh, feel good, but you know what? I rather feel fresh and feel good even after the fight. So that's why it's just one fight, and I'm going to feel fresh and feel good up until I turn older. I'm old right now.
Well, yeah, you do want to turn older gracefully if you can, but at the same time, I wonder why Andrew Kapel? Why is he the fighter to get this opportunity to be in your last fight?
Well, it's crazy because everything turns full circle with me. I pretty much started like learning about MMA, period, like in Oklahoma with a fighter named Jeff Lindsay. And Jeff Lindsay, he's like an Oklahoma MMA legend. I cornered him when he fought Hughes Edwards. He introduced me to the fighter side of MMA as a coach. And this is when I was like 19 or 20. So when I took my first fight was versus a Monty Cox fighter in Travis View. And he gave me the opportunity to fight him on 2 weeks notice or something like that. So you know what? It's my last fight. You know what? And he's had a hard time getting fights. And, I might as well just give him an opportunity to try to make a name for himself. If it's a good fight and I beat him and it's a close fight, hey, you know what? He put a good account for himself. If he beats me, hey, man, he just retired King Mo.
Well, yeah, that would be a hell of a feather in his cap if he gets that. And you're right, he's coming in with a pretty good record. He's got 3 straight wins, including 2 rear naked chokes, so you're not getting an easy fight by any means.
No, I'll tell you this, in combat sports, it becomes easy. Something's always hard. With the camp, you can have an easy camp, but have a hard fight. So you can have a hard camp and make the fight easy, but something is always going to be hard in that. That's one thing I learned.
That's very true. And I know you mentioned this fight coming full circle, so is it also then that the fight was going to be in Thackerville? Was that just the place it had to be for your last fight?
Yeah, where I first started too. First started in Bellator in Thackerville with the knockout win over my boy PM. I can't say his name, I'll butcher it, but that's my boy PM. Shout out to my boy PM. We trained a few times after since then. And now it's my last fight in Thackerville, Oklahoma. So, I'm cool with it.
How big do you think the reaction is going to be with all those fans who know you from your earlier fighting days and your collegiate wrestling days? How big is that reaction going to be when you come out for your last fight?
I honestly, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty big. I don't know how big I forgot how big the ballroom in the WinStar is. I know it can get loud, so I'm hoping that it gets real loud when I'm coming out. I'm hoping it stays loud even before I come out, because I'm gonna be real. That card is full of a lot of young talent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that that young talent can make it farther than I did and shine brighter than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. I'm honored to be on this card with such young talent as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of quality guys on here. Romero Cotton, Jordan Young, Tyrell Fortune. The future of Bellator MMA is pretty much on this card top to bottom.
Yep, and you know what? I'm hoping like I can go out with a bang along with the future. While I'm exploding and I'm fading away, they're rising from my ashes. You know what I'm saying? Shooting not far.
It sounds like a great plan. When you say you're going to retire from combat sports after this, are you also including professional wrestling, or would you still step back into the squared circle?
Oh, the square circle is always a possibility. I had like 2 matches where I was involved in Battle Royal. I think like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I had a match with Sexy Dolce, I believe. She's a AAA wrestler. Yeah, me and her versus Lil Loco and El Mariachi Loco. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Lil Cholo and El Mariachi Loco. We had a little wrestling match. It's pretty good, man. We went over, so it's always good for that.
Yeah, that's kind of a good coincidence, too, because I know Sexy Dolce has a fight coming up for Combate Americas, so seems like you're each crossing over into the world of the other's most success.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, we spoke. I was talking to her husband's a boxer, and I'm like, look, you get your fights, you win your fights, and maybe Bellator should look to signing you. She's a great wrestler. She's a great look, very athletic. So and she's a fighter. Don't let her look fool you, because I watched some of her footage. I watched her spar, and she'll go out there and fight you. So that's a great formula for Bellator as well.
Well, speaking of the pro wrestling and MMA crossover with Bellator, what did you think of Jake Hagars' last fight, another Oklahoman who got famous for his collegiate wrestling there? It didn't quite go the way he hoped.
Man, yeah, you know what? I think really he threw the knees. A few knees were close, but it's a learning experience. He picked up late, and they're moving him pretty fast, because people have to realize, like, he might have an amateur wrestling background, but he hadn't wrestled in a while. And then he's fighting guys that have fought for years already. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's on the fast track. It's not like he got amateur fights and had a chance to, like, get his feet wet and take some go enter some tournaments and do this and that. No, he's go out there to the wolves, and he was winning that fight, just threw a few questionable low blows.
Do you think they're going to redo that fight, or do you think it's probably not worth it and they should just move on and give Jake Hager somebody else?
Honestly, I think they should redo that fight or give Jake someone at the same similar level. Because if they want to get good quality fights from Jake, they should give him a chance to build and grow as a fighter. Then give him challenges. That's the best way. That's the best way to see entertaining fights from Jake in the future.
So when you look back on your storied career, all the things you've accomplished, the Rising Grand Prix, the Strikeforce title, what's going to stand out the most when you look back after retirement?
I have no idea. I don't know. I really don't care, because when it comes down to it, it's up to the future, the next generation, because the thing is, you don't know what type of mark you left until someone goes back and looks you up. The thing about this, you probably ask that question to guys like Jens Pulver, Jeremy Horn. I can name Matt Lindland, Maurice Smith. I can name guys that are great fighters that I know they're great fighters, but the new generation is like, who are they? They ever fight in the UFC? Like they don't know about MMA. I'm an MMA. My goal is to be like a combat sports historian when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like a lot of these fighters, a lot of these old school fighters that came up in the Valley of Trudeau NXB era are forgotten about, and it's a damn shame.
It's funny you mentioned Matt the Law Lindland, though, because I just did the Between Rounds roundtable for UFC 244, and we were talking about him with Dean Thomas. Like, man, everybody forgets how much Matt Lindland paved the way for a lot of fighters.
Yep, Matt Lindland. Don't forget, we can't forget just Matt Lindland, the Raw team. Remember the Raw team? I remember when I was in high school, I went on a recruiting trip to Oklahoma University, and Frank Trick was there. And I knew about MMA because I remember my homeboy was doing jiu-jitsu, and he was like, yeah, I'm doing jiu-jitsu, and there's a guy named Hoist Gracie, and he told me about some websites, and I was like, he had a computer back then, and he showed me some websites, and like I go to his crib, and he pulled them up, and we just watched stuff on his computer. So, like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I just feel like, hopefully these guys like Matt Lindland get their just due. The Raw team, can't forget the Raw team. Frank Trigg was there, man, and I remember him just being the Raw team. I was in awe, and still when I see Frank Trigg, I still talk to him about that because now he's a referee and I'm a coach. How crazy is that?
Yeah, and John McCarthy is a commentator. It's weird seeing how everything comes around to that degree that everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like almost saying that you're retired doesn't really make sense because, like you said, you're still a coach and you're still going to be involved in this sport and you're still a historian of the sport. So I feel like you might be retired from fighting, but you're never really gone.
Well, I've been involved. I've been around combat sports pretty much like forever. And I think that when it's all said and done, I'm probably going to die in combat sports doing something.
Well, I'm not going to hope for that, but I mean, if you can see it that way, I mean, that's how pro wrestlers always say they want to go out looking up at the lights, having their last match in the ring. They want to leave it all there. So.
Well, not like fighting, but I mean like I want to be like a Burt Sugar type, like where people I can sit back and talk about boxing matches or MMA fights or certain things and where I was at and what was going on and the controversy that was going on at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Burt Sugar was the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's one. I don't like reading books, but I've read a few of his books, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big Burt Sugar fan.
I hear that. I want to get back to Andrew Kapel, though, because we can talk about history and legacies all day long, but what about Andrew Kapel do you find to be the most intriguing aspect of the fight? What is his best aspect of quality?
He's tough, kickboxer, long. He's a pretty good jab. Off his back, he's I'm not worried about him off his back. The armbar triangle situation. But he's persistent. He has good ground game. He's solid. But here's the thing, like, and this is funny because that's why things go full circle. While I'm saying all this, I'm going to say something that Mike Whitehead, who was a Monty Cox fighter, said at the same time. I've seen everything Andrew Kapel has to offer. Nothing will surprise me, blah, 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 blah. That's what every veteran says. And that's what I'm going to say, too. So it's up to Andrew to make me think otherwise. That, because it's like, it's a cliche quote. I've seen everything this guy's offered. Nothing surprises me. I'm a vet. I fought the best, blah, 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 blah. But I haven't fought Andrew yet. So I'm going to say that. It's up to Andrew to make me feel and think otherwise.
Well, it's a huge opportunity for him to do just that on the main card of a Bellator event in Thackerville, Oklahoma, WinStar World Casino and Resort, and we can't wait to see this fight. But King Mo, before I let you go, I want to say thank you for all the interviews we've done over the years. I hope this one won't be the last, and I want to give you the chance to plug or promote anything you'd like.
Man, I like to promote, plug American Top Team, the coaching staff, the people, and like Coach Primo, Katie Mako. There are a lot of people there that do stuff that to help the coaches run the facility smooth. I like to thank everybody at Bellator, the media, everybody doing anything in Bellator, on Paramount TV, because if it wasn't for them, man, like a lot of us fighters would be, doing something else or fighting for less somewhere else. So, like, they give us the opportunity to go out there and entertain the masses and feed the families, you know what I'm saying? So, I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank everybody else out there doing something good and trying to make a positive change. That's about it.
All right. Well, King Mo, you're doing exactly that here. You're keeping it positive and setting up things for the future for the next generation of MMA fighters, but going out with hopefully a win in your last fight in Bellator. We look forward to seeing it. Thank you so much for the time today.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. And thank you, Dan, as well.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.